Guys, I went from naturally straight hair to permanently curly because I recently got a Korean hair perm. And depending on how I treat it after the shower, I'll either look like this or this. So after about 1 to 2 months of figuring out how to care for a completely different hair type, aka artificially made curly hair, here are the tips I learned to make our hair look and feel the best so we don't turn out looking like frizzy Hagrid. But first, let's revisit what the hairdresser did to make my hair permanently wavy. I found this place through looking at IGs and TikToks where a lot of Koreans go to get their perm. It's called Haru에, and she started with a hair assessment or a consultation. I told her my hair was colored, it was quite damaged from the mid to the bottom, and it was virgin hair at the top with my regrowth. Because at this point I hadn't had a proper haircut for about 2 years. They recommend if your hair is too damaged or bleached, the perm won't work as effectively, which you'll find out why later. So I basically said to her, do whatever you think will look good on me. My life is in your hands. All I want is layers to frame my face and more volume to make my hair look thicker, and off she went. So she decided to give me 3 different types of perms. Oh my gosh. There was a root perm at the top, a volume press in the middle, and a digital perm for the rest of the hair. So just a quick Google search and you'll see there's all different types of Korean perms. And it really depends on your hair type and what look you're looking for. The ones that are hot and trending in Korea are the S-curl, the C-curl, and face framing waves that just make it look effortless and natural. Step 1 of the almost 5-hour process started with the perming solution. It's so interesting how this works because our natural hair texture is determined by the arrangement of disulfide bond structures in each strand of our hair. So these have to be chemically loosened by applying this solution with an acidic pH, and what it does is it adds a hydrogen molecule, and after letting that rest on the hair, the structure will then be loosened, and then we can move on to the curlers to create a whole new shape. Oh my god, science is amazing! Then they saran wrapped my head and then rolled over, stranger things, this Demogorgon looking head thing, which had wings and it flapped like an ominous butterfly. This was quite entertaining. By the way, this stuff that they put on smells like egg. Like my face. So after about 10 minutes, she puts on more paste on my hair and rolled over another silver Demogorgon looking thing, but instead of a slow butterfly clap, this one was like slowly swiveling.
Now we have Demogorgon baby number 2.
So since our hair bond is no longer tightly cross-linked in their original form to each other, now the hair can shift positions to a new shape, starting with the root perm. For the root perm, she used this teeny tiny cute little hair curler and started taking little sections of my hair to manually curl my roots by lifting the curl upwards to create volume. And I've seen other videos where some hairdressers put little hair rollers, but to see her do it by hand was actually really cool because she was so neat and precise. And she did this to pretty much the entire top portion of my hair from the crown all the way down to the sides above my ear, so volume to the max. A Korean root perm is a specific type of perming technique that focuses on creating curls or waves mainly at the roots of the hair, and it's designed to add volume and lift to the hair at the root, giving it a natural voluminous effect. Then for the midsections, she took a slightly bigger curler and started creating these bigger waves to create body and movement in that midsection. And if you're looking for volume around this kind of eye area is where you want to start seeing it for that most natural effect. All right, in the meantime, I almost passed out because I was so hungry, so took a snack break, McDonald's. And then for the ends, she used a little piece of thin material before wrapping my hair around the roller to give it its new shape, and then fastened it with another piece of cloth with an elastic band to keep that in place without creating kinks. So her handwork was so precise, it was pretty amazing to see. Although I couldn't see anything at the time, pretty cool to see it now. So once again, these rollers are creating the new shape in the hair. Then all the rollers were plugged into a machine that supplies heat, and they control the heat digitally on the machine, which gives it the name digital perm. So while we're letting this set, a little myth about Korean digital perms is that it damages the hair. But the fact is, when it's done correctly by a skilled professional like these guys, the digital perm doesn't actually cause significant damage compared to other types of perms like the cold perm, because the treatment uses a milder chemical solution compared to other perms, and it allows for a more precise control of temperature as well as timing, and so reduces the risk of over-processing your hair. And that was actually the crazy thing, because afterwards I was like, oh my god, my hair is softer than ever before, and it still is. Then she took out the rollers and added this like bib thing onto my shoulders, and they started applying this watery solution, which is a neutralizer. And the neutralizer essentially just sets the new hair shape in place, and then we wash it off. And voila! So yes, this transformation took about 5 hours and burned a hole in my wallet. Was it all worth it? Big yes. Honestly, it took me a week to kind of acclimate to this new look. So let's move on to how to manage and style and care for now a curly hair type. Especially if you want to combat frizz and make it shiny. It all starts in the shower. I need to share with you guys just the whole new routine. Starting off with this pre-shower little comb of the scalp. So because I can't use brushes anymore, if I brush it through, it will be mad frizzy. But this Fable and Mane like wooden comb is so perfect. It's so comfortable and it doesn't tug at anything, and it just feels so good. This has been a life changer. So once we do that, get into the shower. Okay, so for shampoo, these are the two shampoos that have saved my life with this scalp massager. Once again, because I can go more days without washing my hair now because it still looks good. At the beginning, it irritated my scalp because I have, dandruff and seborrheic dermatitis, and I have oily scalp. So I still have to wash it quite frequently, and these two have saved my scalp. So this one I've been using for a while. I love it. You guys have to buy one. It is the Alive Lab O2 Scalp Water Shampoo. Oh my god. So good. So I use this as the first step of my shampoo. You get the nozzle in there. I've showed you in my previous videos, and this is a scalp scaling shampoo, which means it really helps to unclog those follicles, which are full of sebum at this point. And I feel like it's easier to get dandruff with curly hair because now you just don't even see that anything's wrong until it starts itching and flaking and peeling. Then for my second cleanse, I go in with this one. It's the Dr. Circle DX Scaling Shampoo. This is like skincare for your scalp. It's like this creamy shampoo that's not heavy and it smells amazing. It's also got biotin, zinc pyrithione, and niacinamide to just gently help with regrowth, help with hair loss. Scalp health is very important, guys. And it leaves this slightly tingly sensation on your scalp, like just a little bit. Oh, it's so good. Now for conditioning, this is so important to keep my hair looking glossy, otherwise it will look like a frizzy mess and just like really dry. So the hair gloss that I told you about is a must. So I actually went ahead and bought the Kerastase one. I told you guys that I wanted to try this, but it was expensive, so I tried this first. My verdict is this is way better. Like it just feels softer, and there's like no reason I should be paying like more. This is good, but like I just feel like this, it hits the spot. So I use this with the hair mask. A hair mask used to be something that I used maybe like 1 to 3 times a week. Now I pretty much use it every day because my hair has high porosity, which means the cuticles have lifted away from the hair itself, which means the hydration is evaporating, which leads to frizz. And it also means that when I put in products, it absorbs really easily. So I've tried so many different hair masks, including the viral Shiseido Fino one. That one I would say is still too lightweight for me now because I just felt like it didn't do enough. But the combination of these two, this is from Goldilocks, the Ultra Hydrating Signature Hair Mask. It smells so good and it's just thick enough where it doesn't weigh my hair down. It keeps it nice and glossy. So after I use this for 60 seconds, wash it off, then I will go into this. And I highly recommend you guys use hair masks if you have frizzy hair, if you have curly hair, you have hair that seems to, like tulle on your skin. Tulle essentially happens on our hair as well. Water is constantly evaporating. Just like saturate it all from the mid-lengths to the ends, and I still kind of stay away from the scalp area. The difference is now I use the hair mask every hair wash and every time I get in the shower versus like once to 3 times a week when I still had straight hair. Yes, leave that in there. Going back to hair porosity, I know a lot of people have been talking about it, and you can do different tests like the one we did on IG where you test it in water, but that won't give you the full scope of what actually your hair looks like. You have to send it off and look at it under a microscope, which I did. I sent it to the PNG labs for the scientists to look at it, and they sent me back the whole breakdown of what my hair samples were like, and you can see the lifted cuticles, which just means that your hair is very prone to frizz and dehydration. So that's why if you're like me and you feel like nothing really works, and if you put products in there, it kind of just disappears and it's still frizzy, that might mean that you also have high porosity hair where the cuticles have been damaged, they've dried, they've lifted, and your hair is no longer like sleek. And this was before I got a perm. This was way before. It was just like naturally from dyeing it, bleaching it, styling it, curling it every day that led to this. You can leave this in there for like however long you want. Honestly, the longer the better, but I'm gonna wash it off now and then I'll show you my post-shower tips because they are so important. Just press all the excess hair out. So, excuse this huge pimple. As soon as I get out of the shower, I take a microfiber or satin hair towel, and this is like pivotal to squeeze out the excess water. Because the longer your hair is like wet, then it will be frizzy. For like the curls, they need to be defined. So I've been using 2 different types of these like wave defining creams. One is the Milburn one, which the hairdresser actually gave to me. It's a Japanese brand. It's really good. It's creamy, lightweight, and it just holds the curl without adding like this weird shine to it. So it leaves my hair looking so natural. I don't know where I put it right now, but yes, I love Milburn. Highly recommend checking it out because it's also really affordable. And then I've also been alternating between that one and this JVN one. So this is the Air Dry Cream Complete, and I love it because it is really lightweight, but like it's like a gel cream for your hair, and it just helps with any styling where it needs to air dry. So now I just coat the mid-lengths and then spread it all throughout. I want it to be like evenly coated. So I'll split it in half and then all together. And then you want to scrunch up the bottoms and it will redefine that curl. You see these little defined curls? If I don't touch them, this is what gives the best look. So I don't want to like break them up by combing through it or just touching it too much, which is why I really have been enjoying this cream. So then going back to the fact that my hair is very easily dry and it just absorbs all these products, I have to go in with some sort of oil. And then, oh my God, I love this Fable and Mane oil. It's the Smooth and Shine hair oil. I wish you could smell it through the screen. It is one of the best smelling, not just hair oils I've ever used, but like products I've ever used. So I only use a tiny bit because I don't want to weigh it down my hair too much, but I still want it to be like shiny and healthy. So I'll actually use it when my hair is damp and drying. So once again, scrunching it up and then working it through and scrunching it up like that. So I've tested using oils on my hair when it's dried and I feel like it just doesn't do anything. So after testing, using it in different steps, I've realized that using it now after the wave defining cream or, you know, when it's still damp. Now, very important for those of you who have dandruff is to keep our scalp dry. Diffuser. So a diffuser is this thingy here, which just actually attaches to your hair dryer. So I'm going to show you two ways in case you don't have a diffuser. I'm like running out of breath for some reason. So if you don't have a diffuser, you can just use those like little nozzle things for any hair dryer. While that's drying, scrunch it up like this so I'm not breaking up the bottom, and then just hit the roots for about 5 to 10 seconds. And for each section, I'll lift it up like this so it gives volume, but it also doesn't break the curl down here. You can actually also just diffuse the whole curl section to give it more curl if you want. So normally what you would do is go from the bottom and then diffuse it like that. And it gives it a way more defined curl. Basically, once my scalp and the root is almost dry, I'll just leave the rest to do its job. Like with the help of these products, it will look so natural and last longer than if you weren't to put any product in. So I'll come back when it's all dry. It's now about 100% dry, and this is basically the final look. I would say this style and like perm is best for people with like fine or medium hair who just want more volume and shape and definition, because it gives that to you in spades. It's so cute. And the cool thing is it kind of looks different on every day or every wash, just depending on how it kind of naturally dries. I tried so many different creams and oils, and these were just the ones that have worked best for me over almost 2 months. And if you have any questions, leave them down below and we'll see you very soon.